Hey, fellow geeks and Star Wars fans, I am Average Joe, the Average Geek, and I have a review video for you today. Everybody that knows me knows that I am the biggest Star Wars fan. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. And the new canon is great, and one of the best parts of the new canon is a series that you all should be watching. If you haven't watched it yet, you owe yourself to see this. It is Star Wars Rebels on Disney XD. It is from Dave Filoni and Henry Gilroy. Has an amazing cast. It's not a continuation of the Clone Wars, but it's in that vein. It's the next great animated series. And my YouTube channel didn't exist when the previous seasons of this show were on, or else I'd have been doing reviews the whole time. But season 4 just started, and we got our first two-parter to open it up. Parts 1 and 2, season 4, episodes 1 and 2. Heroes of Mandalore. And it was really good. Before we get into that, though, make sure you hit that watermark in one of these corners. I can never remember which corner it is. Hit that subscribe button and never miss all the great content I'm trying to bring you. I got some great things going into the future. All right. That being said, Heroes of Mandalore. Let me pull my little note sheet up. It was a really good episode. There was a lot of great lore into it. I do have to say that it didn't really feel much like a season premiere to me, for what it's worth. It just kind of felt like another episode. Like this episode could have been just plopped into the center of the season, and it would have been fine there. Didn't have that big season premiere vibe. You know what I mean. But it was good. And there was some really awesome things in it. The basic story is it starts off Sabine and Ezra and the Clan Ren and a few other Mandalorian groups are on a mission to rescue Sabine's father, Alric, from the clutches of the Empire. So they storm this facility, find out the facility is empty, and then have to go on a quest to find Alric. Beyond that, more things happen. This isn't going to be a huge spoiler for him. I'm not going to, do a synopsis of the entire plot. Go check out the episode. It's really good. Let's see. Big things of real note. Let's see. The one and only Katie Sackhoff, a.k.a. Starbuck, from the 2003 sci-fi Battlestar Galactica series, is back as the wonderful Bo-Katan of Clan Kryze. She played Bo-Katan in the Clone Wars. For those that aren't familiar with the character, Bo-Katan is the sister of the former ruler of Mandalore, Satine, who was a love interest to Obi-Wan Kenobi. She was murdered violently at the hands of Darth Maul right in front of Obi-Wan, and it led to some really great episodes and some really strong, hard-hitting Star Wars stories in the Clone Wars. But, Bo-Katan is back. Many believe her to be the rightful ruler of Mandalore, and it was really, really cool seeing that character return. And, of course, Katie Sackhoff's portrayal of the character is wonderful. She's a great actress. We got some really cool tidbits in the canon, and the new canon, and the Mandalorian lore. We know the capital city of Mandalore is Sundari, which is really cool. We found out a little bit more about what happened to the planet's surface of Mandalore. Most of the planet Mandalore is complete barren wasteland with these technological cities and hubs dotting the landscape. And that's from centuries and millennia of warfare, which fits what we know about the Mandalorians. So that's really cool to kind of hear that a little bit more. We get some awesome Mandalorian armor lore. We now find that it is a Beskar alloy, so that term Beskar has made its way back in from the old expanded universe into the new canon. So that's really cool. Into the armor that of these individual Mandalorians are passed down over families over centuries. Sabine Wren says that her armor specifically is over 500 years old, and it's just been reforged to fit her. That's really cool to me, and it adds a lot of character to the armor. And the old canon, it was passed down from father to son and father to daughter or what have you. But a lot of times they built new armor. They took the Beskar Gam, as it was called before, and smelted it down and forged armor for them. So to hear that the armor is being passed down over centuries, and it's just being refitted to fit the wearer, that's really, really cool. I really dug that. Let's see. In the second part of the episode, we got a really wicked new weapon. The Arc Generator, a weapon designed by Sabine, and we're going to talk about a little bit of that more in a second. It was designed by Sabine to specifically target Mandalorian armor. It heats up the armor in such a way that it incinerates the wearer. They just, vaporize, disappear in a puff of ash, which is a really, really wicked weapon. We also find out in the episode that Sabine you can reconfigure that to target Stormtrooper armor, and it almost happened. Some moral questions came into play there. You know me, I love when science fiction and space fantasy, which Star Wars is, kind of deal with these moral questions. Yes, the Empire will vaporize you alive, but are we the Empire? Are we better than that? Should we be better than that? These are the great, great questions. And the weapon, the visual effect on the weapon is super awesome. Really cool effect. It looks really cool. And it's definitely something evil that the Empire would use on a daily basis. And I can see that weapon being adapted into a million different sources. Just wide speculation right now. What if the Empire would adapt that weapon to heat up starship hulls and maybe incinerate the people on the inside, leaving the starship intact? See, it was a really devastating weapon. Which leads me to a couple of quibbles that I have. Sabine developed this weapon, 4 or 5 years in the past, when she was 13 or 14 years old, which is really cool and all, but that she is an absolute genius. That says that she is a prodigy in the development of weapons technology, which I kind of feel, although we've seen her with, her painting skills, which was really cool to see where she got that from with her father. We see her artistic skills, and we've seen her skills with, explosives and such like that through the course of the series, but we really haven't seen anything that would say that she is this ace, badass genius when it comes to weapon design. I kind of wish we'd have had a little bit more of that throughout the series to kind of make that stick a little bit harder in this episode. It was a little Mary Sue-ish. I hate using that term, but it was, it's okay. This is a minor quibble, but it's there. The first episode was a little slow to me, just a little bit. I didn't really care much about her father, which is sad because I really love Sabine. But it was nice seeing where she got her eye for art and her art history credentials and all that, how it comes from her father, how her mother was the badass Mandalorian warrior, but her father is the artistic type. So that's really nifty. All in all, it was good episodes. Like I said earlier, it didn't feel much like a season premiere to me. It kind of felt like it could have been anywhere in the season, and that'd have been okay. But it wasn't a bad episode. I'll give it like a solid 7 out of 10, which is, pretty decent, pretty good. It was a good start to the season. There's a lot of great things coming up in the future. I really hate that this is a short season, that it is the final season of the Clone Wars. Or, excuse me, Star Wars Rebels. But I'm glad it's getting an ending. It's not being abruptly canceled. That this is the ending, that Dave Filoni is going to tell the ending that he designed. And that's important for a show. So that's really cool to me. I'm going to miss the series. I'm going to be having this review up every Monday night or Tuesday morning. Hopefully Monday night. Got a little delayed last night. So definitely stay tuned for more reviews of Star Wars Rebels. What did you think of the episode? Leave a comment below. Are you digging Star Wars Rebels? Are you still a little burned at how the Clone Wars was canceled? Let me know. Let's talk about it. I was really Yeah, let's talk about it. It's a good series. I love it. I think it is complete and total, absolute, necessary viewing for Star Wars fans. But you may not have that opinion. I'm very curious as to what your opinion is. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Be sure to comment below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button one more time. And yeah, let's talk about it, guys. I am Average Joe, the Average Geek. Thank you all very much for watching, and we will talk again very, very soon. And y'all take it easy.